Daily Journal sports editor Steve Souce alongside Reed-Custer head football coach Nick Klein. Well, Coach, I saw you a little bit this summer, and it seems like you've been making some real strides in the area of your skill players. It looks like you've got some guys there that you can lean on to maybe take the next step for you this year.
Yeah, definitely. I think this year our skill players are as good as I've had here in 4 years. We've got probably 6 wide receivers that I say there's not a lot of difference from 1 to 6, and which has made it difficult as a coach. A good thing that we have to package guys in different substitutions and different groupings to try to get those guys on the field. I know Coach Johnson, one of my assistant offensive coaches, has really done a good job at helping me to put some motions and put some packages in to be able to really put our kids in the best spot possible. Having those athletes, I think you have to do that.
I mean, you do mention you had quite a few underclassmen that you're expecting to really kind of step up and fill big roles for you. You did mention they've had some success at the lower levels. You feel like maybe you can finally bridge that gap now to kind of get that momentum going where it relates to some wins at the varsity level for you?
Yeah, it has to. I mean, this is year 3 of me being the head coach here. We got 1 win in the first 2 years, which is not what any of us wanted. But I think our numbers at the varsity level being 35 where we're at right now, we're excited about that. I think there's an excitement about these group of kids, and it's made more kids want to play. And I think that success that they had and not bringing all those guys up to us last year as sophomores is going to be what is the difference this year, because they've had a taste of success and they're ready for it.
For years now, it's been in the interstate small, it's been Wilmington and then everybody else. What do you think are the big keys to you starting to bridge that gap between the top of the conference and the rest of the group?
I think the biggest thing, I mean, Wilmington's always going to be a powerhouse, and that doesn't have to be narrowed just to the small. Within the large, they would be a powerhouse too. I mean, it doesn't really matter. But I'll tell you that this year our goal is to be 4-0 in the small going into the game, and they're going to come to our place. And that's what our sights are set on. Our sights are set on having a really big game here versus Wilmington for the last conference, for a conference title. And at that point, we'll see where they fall. And hopefully I'll be answering this question saying we knocked them off.
What's the biggest key to making that game happen? What do you have to have done between here and there?
Between here and there, we got to come out of the gates playing well, because we got 2 quality opponents with Plano and Mantino to start the year. We're going to be tested going into week 3 versus Dwight. We want to come away, at worst 1-1 out of those first 2 games. We'd like to be 2-0, but we want to come out 1-1, and we want people to know that Reed-Custer's back. We're going to be back to the form that Coach Capel had brought Reed-Custer to, where he made the playoffs 4 or 5 out of the last 6 years he was here. We want to continue that tradition that he established here. And I think this is the group of kids that's ready to do it.
All right, best of luck this season, Coach.
All right, thank you.
Thanks a lot.